Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Kay. Just coming with a quick update of what's going on. Okay, so my doctor screwed me. Trying to keep this steady. Okay, so I went to see my doctor on the 5th, and she gave me a prescription for Pylori, and she told me about it in June when I saw her last month. So I got a call on Monday, and from my surgeon's assistant, the one that puts in the paperwork. He has two, well, there's two people that I usually talk to. The one that does paperwork, and the one that's, I think she does actual, like, she's an assistant, a physician's assistant. So anyway, so she calls me and she's like, you know, you tested positive for Pylori, and she can't put in my information to the insurance until I test negative because my insurance won't cover it. So I'm like, are you serious? Because she's like, you know, I have to finish taking the medication and whatnot. So my doctor had told me, she didn't make a big deal of it when I was there in June. And I feel that the only reason she wanted to treat it was because this was my last PCP visit. And I think she asked somebody, because she said that she usually doesn't treat it. There's a lot of people with it. So she was really nonchalant about it. So I was like, oh, okay. So then when I was telling the assistant on the phone that my doctor said she doesn't usually treat it, she's like, what? Are you insane? Like, what's wrong with them? Because she didn't really ask if I was insane, but she's like, what's wrong with them? Because that's something that can cause cancer, and you're supposed to treat it because it didn't clear out on its own. And I was just like, are you serious? Like, I didn't know that. My doctor made no big deal about it, no fuss about it, and she knows I'm having surgery. So like, why wouldn't you think stomach related? I'm having a bariatric surgery dealing with the stomach, maybe, duh. So because of that, I might have my surgery later. So I'm like, F. So I was given 3 things to take. One was a PPI. I think it's called PPI. I think it's an antacid, and the other 2 was supposed to kill the bacteria. And I got the prescription filled on Friday, and I started taking it Saturday. And you're supposed to take it once every 12 hours, and I missed 2. And it's only until Monday I realized that this was serious. Like, if I knew that since Thursday, I would have ran to the pharmacy, you know, and got my prescription filled, and I would have been taking it since Thursday. If I knew this thing was something that needed to get clear and would have helped me, come on, I would have been more serious about it. You know, I didn't think this would delay me. So I'm pissed off, but there's really nothing I can do. If I can turn back time, I would. But I'm very pissed off because it's just like, you know, she wasn't thinking. And usually when I go to see my doctor, well, she's a resident. And she's a resident of the person that is in charge, I guess, of, there's a weight management on Tuesdays at 4:30. And she's usually there at that time, or Thursdays. But I've always went on Thursdays because it was early at 1:30. I didn't want to be caught out rush hour on the train on Tuesdays. So honestly, I feel like if I went on Tuesdays, then that doctor would have been like, duh, give her the freaking medication, you know? So, I'm sorry, like, America's, what is it? That talent show is on. So, I can't find my remote. So anyway, so it's just like, that's where I am at this point. So she had transferred me to the physician's assistant, you know, that when I was on the phone with her on Monday. So she told me that the medicine should clear by the 10th day. And to come for a container to put my stool in. So when I come back, because she asked me when do I see the surgeon. So I was seeing them on the 17th. So, you know, because I was supposed to see, you know, to get, you know, all the information for my surgery and everything. So the 17th will be the Okay, I hate when my computer does. I hate this computer. I'm sorry. The 17th will be the 11th day from taking the first 2 prescriptions, and it will be and I think it will be like the 8th day of taking you know, everything all together. And the reason I wasn't taking everything all together was my insurance didn't pay for one of them. And the person at the pharmacy kind of was like, well, we can never really get in contact with the hospital, so he gave me back the prescription. He didn't really try. And I was like, well, can you at least tell me, because usually you can find something over the counter. So he was like, oh, we can't tell you, we don't want to be liable if you take something over the counter that we suggested. So I was like, okay, well, you know, on Monday I'll call and get a prescription, you know, the ultimate. So I went in on Monday, got the cup and everything, but if I knew this was so, like, oh my gosh, I would have, like, probably went home, went online, Googled it myself, and got something, you know. It's just like these things, if I would have known, you know. And it's just kind of like something like this can really put me back really far. So I'm trying not to say a lot. And my son's just like, anyway. So it's just kind of like, it's just everything pretty much sucks. So anyway, what I'm going to do, I'll be a tad bit early. I'll be on the 11th day, and I'm hoping everything is okay. But what I'm going to do, bring the stool sample, and they'll make up their mind. When I see the surgeon, they'll say if they want to test it or not. Maybe they might test it and then have me retest it on my official 14th day of everything. My official 14th day of everything will be the 23rd. So, they still have to test it. I don't know if it's in-house. I would hope a hospital would test. I don't know how long it takes. I don't know when I'll get results. I really just don't know. So, I'm going to see if I can get in contact, because I was just going to leave it alone, because since I'm seeing him next Tuesday, but I'm like this. The sooner I call, the sooner I can find out, I can make another appointment. Maybe August something, maybe the following week in August, the last week of August, I'm sorry, maybe the 4th, maybe the week after, you know, because I really don't know. So what I'm going to do is find out how long it takes for them to get the results. And I know I was seeing that on some of the forums, people, they take their medicine, then they had to wait a month. But I don't think that's the case for me, because she would have told me, she wouldn't have asked me when's the next time I see, because she would have been like, yeah, you'd have to wait another month. I think that since that's something important, she would have been like, yeah, you know, but who knows? So I'm gonna find out. So my main 2 things I have to find out is how long do I how long, you know, do the results for the what is it called, H. pylori, how long that'll take, and yeah, and should I change my surgery date? So I'm gonna see what her opinion is, and because if, like I said, if I wait until next week, you know, an earlier date could have been taken. It's so quick for a date to be taken. And you know what sucks? My GI, I had my endoscopy since May, and my GI, they well, I got a letter like sometime in May saying we made an appointment for you to get your results for cough. They made an appointment for July 16th. That's the soonest, because I recently called them to make an appointment to switch the date to the 17th, since I was going to be there the 17th, and they were like, oh, our next available appointment is August 30th. Are you serious? So it's like the clinics, however, you know, they run things, they don't run things, they don't have it often. Pre-operative testing is once a week. And I recently found out, because I was looking for a dermatologist, the girl told me they didn't have one. So I'm like, oh, okay. Last time I went there, I'm speaking to a patient. She just decided to talk to me. She thought my son was cute, was talking to him in Spanish, and whatever. So she was like, yeah, I was here earlier for a dermatologist. I was like, what? So then I go and ask the girl, and she's like, oh yeah, we have a dermatologist. I was like, you serious? So I could have had my appointment with my dermatologist. So right now, if I had to rate this hospital based on my experiences so far, not good. Not freaking good. But the reason I'm like, okay, you know, is the surgeon who's doing the surgery. Honestly, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be going through this crap. I would have probably tried Presbyterian or Lenox Hill. So, I'm done. I'm gonna call him tomorrow, and I'll let you guys know what happens and what's going on and stuff. So, I'll probably hold off on getting, I was going to get some samples of the nectar protein mixes and stuff, but it's just like, my surgery might not be until like second week of August, so it's close, but it's just like, I'm here counting down, you know, I'm like, I got 3 weeks, you know, and actually 3 Mondays, but like 2.5, since it's Tuesday, so it's still kind of fresh. So 3 weeks. So I'm done. If any of you know about, if you've had H. pylori, any of you who are post or pre-op, whatever, just let me know, and I'll be very appreciative. Let me know what your experience is. Like, did you have to wait the 2 weeks? Did you test? You know, because I was looking online that it can be clear within a week. Like, they saw, like, some I think one of those doctor sites, there was like, they saw no reason to, they didn't necessarily need the second week. I think the second week was like more of a just in case, but I think it was like for some it was cleared in a week. So I'm really crossing my fingers, and I hope I can still keep my date. So I'll find out as soon as I can, and I'll let you guys know. Thanks for watching, new and old subscribers. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.